Hey everyone, this week we are going to cover Lesson 9, Summarizing Literary Text, in our Ready book. The standard this week is still RL 6.2, just like last week, but this week we're only going to focus on the part about summarizing, which states, provide a summary of the text distinct from personal opinions or judgments. So that's going to be the key this week, and identifying a summary or writing a summary is making sure that there are no opinions or personal judgments within our summary. So when you tell someone about your day, you include the important people, places, and events, but leave out the little details. Similarly, a summary of a story is a brief retelling. It includes only the main characters, setting, conflict, and important events. When reading a story, you might have personal opinions or feelings about it. You might also make judgments about the story, whether it's believable, well written, and so on. Although it's fine to have opinions and make judgments, don't include them in a summary. In a summary, you're only supposed to be telling the facts. It should be objective. These pictures tell a story. What details would you include in a summary of these pictures? So you have this couple who's in their living room and they're looking up. There's a water leak. It's coming through the ceiling. Then the second picture, you see that there's a bathtub that's overflowing with water, which you can infer that this is probably upstairs above this living room and that's causing the water leak. Now read the summary below and cross out phrases that seem like opinions or judgments. In an unrealistic story, a boy and a girl enter a living room and see drips coming from the ceiling. Although confused at first, they at least have the sense to check the bathroom above the living room. There they discover the water is from an overflowing bathtub. All right, so what did you cross out? A version of this summary without judgments and opinions would read like this. A boy and a girl enter a living room and see drips coming from the ceiling. Notice they left out in an unrealistic story. Although confused at first, they check the bathroom above the living room. You can also see here that it left out that they at least have the sense to. That's an opinion. There they discover the water is from an overflowing bathtub. So remember that a summary of a literary text includes only its most important aspects. It's perfectly fine to have opinions and make judgments about what you read. When summarizing a story, though, you just want to stick to the facts. So let's practice this work using this passage. Where is Lady Fishpants by Anita Benton? I want to see the lady with the fish pants, cried Ted. The day was scorching hot, and my 4-year-old brother was driving me crazy. We had seen every exhibit in Oceanside Aquarium. Each time, Ted would look around and then yell, Sam, where's the lady with the fish pants? I tried to convince him that there was no lady with fish pants there, but he just shook his head and said, she is too here. Let's go back and look at the jellyfish exhibit, I told him. Maybe she'll be there. So what would be a good summary of this story, and what would it include and not include? Remember, a summary is a brief retelling. It does not include your opinions or judgments. Below is a student's draft of a summary. Read the draft carefully. There are 3 statements that do not belong. We're going to cross out those statements in the draft that do not belong in the final summary. In this well-written part of the story, Sam and his brother Ted visit Outside Aquarium. Okay, so just in that sentence, we would take out in this well-written part of the story if we were writing a summary, because it gives a judgment about how the story was written. The person who wrote this thinks that it was well written. Someone else may have a different opinion, so that's an opinion, so you would take that out. Ted says he wants to see the lady with the fish pants, and he acts like a spoiled brat. Okay, in that sentence, we would take out, he acts like a spoiled brat. Because again, that's an opinion about a character. Sam says that there is no lady with fish pants, but Ted insists she's there. Ted should listen to his brother. Ted should listen to his brother would also be taken out because this gives an opinion about a character's behavior. So if we were to write a summary of just this part of the story, it would sound like this. Sam and his brother Ted visit outside aquarium. Ted says he wants to see the lady with the fish pants. Sam says there's no lady with fish pants, but Ted insists she's there. So that's what it would sound like without all the opinions. Okay, let's keep reading. At the jellyfish exhibit, Ted screamed, "Sam, there's no lady with fish pants here." Everybody looked at me and I quickly rushed him out the door. "Look," I told him, "Mom's picking us up soon. Let's hang out in the gift shop until she gets here." "Will the lady with the fish pants be there?" "Sure, maybe," I said. We walked in and I expected to hear Ted scream, but instead he was smiling. He held up a stuffed mermaid for me to see. "See? Lady with the fish pants." All right, so in summarizing this part of the passage or asking a question about the summary and what it would sound like, we would want to underline the names of the characters and clues that help you understand the story setting and events. So we might would underline Ted. We might would underline Sam. We might would underline that they're in this gift shop. And then he holds up a stuffed mermaid. These are important things that are going on that would help you summarize the important events or describe the characters in the setting within a story. So our question says, which sentence best summarizes this part of the story? Would we go with A, Sam should have realized that Ted was telling the truth about the lady with the fish pants. So when you look at this, Sam should have realized, that's an opinion. So that would not be the best answer. B says, the mystery of the lady with the fish pants is solved when Sam and Ted visit the gift shop and Ted sees the stuffed mermaid. So this includes Ted, it includes Sam, it includes the gift shop, and it includes the mermaid. That's possibly the right answer. Let's move on to C. Sam and Ted's mother is supposed to pick them up soon. Okay, in this part of the passage, it doesn't mention anything about, well, I guess it does. It mentions his mom's picking him up soon, but it doesn't tell you the main things that are going on in the story. That's just one small detail in the story. The main things would include the characters, where they are, and what's happening. So that would not be the best option. D says, Sam got tired of listening to Ted whine, so he took him into the gift shop. This is completely an opinion about Sam's behavior. So the best answer to summarize this particular passage would be B. The mystery of the lady with the fish pants is solved when Sam and Ted visit the gift shop and Ted sees the stuffed mermaid. So that explains how you choose the best summary for a passage when you read it. You're going to be doing this on your own, and you're going to use the passage Mystery on the Blue Ghost and From the Magician's Elephant. So keep those things in mind as far as identifying with your multiple choice questions and answering questions about summary. That any choice that includes an opinion or judgment, that would not be a good summary. Be sure to pay attention to specific character names and the setting and what's actually happening and try to find those details within your choices when identifying a good summary. Have fun!